Hello students, today I'll be teaching you fungal infections affecting the oral cavity. The study of fungi is called mycology. The name is derived from mycos, meaning mushroom. Infectious diseases caused by fungi are called mycosis. All the fungi are eukaryotic. They grow on water, soil, decaying organic debris are their natural habitats. To classify fungus, we have morphological classification like yeast, yeast-like fungi, molds, and dimorphic fungi. Whereas on the diseases are classified as superficial mycosis, subcutaneous mycosis, systemic mycosis, and opportunist mycosis. So first is superficial mycosis involving the skin, hair, nails, dermatophytes, subcutaneous mycosis, mycetoma, or sporotrichosis. Systemic, they are acquired by inhalation like blastomycosis, mucormycosis, coccidomycosis, histoplasmosis. Last is opportunist, which is Candida albicans. For the ease of understanding, I'll be covering this topic under two heads. In first head, we'll be doing till subcutaneous mycosis. So let's start. First is dermatophytes. Group of fungi that infect only the superficial keratinized tissue are known as dermatophytes without involving the living tissue. They break down and use the keratin, incapable of penetrating the subcutaneous area. This is the dermatophyte infection. As you can see, they can be many: trichophyton, microsporum, and epidermophyton, which is a ringworm infection of the skin. Now, portal of entry of primary mycosis is by respiratory or the inhaled spores. Subcutaneous is by inoculated skin area. Cutaneous is by contamination of the skin surface by using infected clothing. Virulence vectors are dermal dimorphism, toxin production, capsules, adhesion of these enzymes to produce inflammatory stimulants. Antifungal defenses are the integrity of the barriers in the body. Most important defenses in the body are cell mediated immunity followed by long term immunity. Now, subcutaneous mycosis is first is mycetoma. It's a chronic granulomatous infection of the subcutaneous tissue. Disease was first described in Madurai in the South India. Hence, it is known as Madurai foot also. Seen many in the tropical countries, as you can see in the picture. Now, it is caused by a number of actinomycetes as well as filamentous fungi. I have enumerated them. The organism enter the body through minor trauma. Diseases begin as a subcutaneous swelling in the foot area, which enlarges and burrows into deeper tissue, producing abscesses. These abscesses burst and form the chronic multiple sinus into the granules. This, as you can see, the Madurai foot. Now, the lab diagnosis is made from examination of the granules. Granules are composed of many thin filaments. Filaments are broad and show septa and chlamydospores. Serodiagnosis is also possible with immunoelectrophoretic techniques. The treatment includes sulfonamides as antifungal drug, and mycotic mycetoma sometimes may require amputation of that foot region. Chloromycosis. It is a localized infection of the skin and the subcutaneous tissue. Fungus enters the body through a wound. It is caused by severely dark pigmented fungi. Lab diagnosis is by normal H&E staining. They appear as yeast-like bodies. The treatment includes itaconazole, amphotericin B, and 5-fluorouracil. Sporotrichosis. Sporotrichosis is also known as Rose Gardner's disease. It's a nodular ulcerating disease of the skin. It usually affects the farmers and the gardeners and the agricultural workers because the fungus gains access through the pricks or some tissue injury from the plants. Fungus spread through lymphatics up to regional lymph nodes. Causative organism here is Sporothrix. The oral manifestations include the non-specific ulcer in the nasal, oral, or the pharyngeal mucosa. The lesion healed by soft tissue scars, but fungus the tissues is found in the tissues. The laboratory diagnosis is made by culture. Yeast face appear as cigar-shaped molds. Treatment again includes the antifungal drugs of like itaconazole, fluconazole, amphotericin B, and the skin infections are treated by saturated potassium iodide solution suspension. Next is rhinosporidosis, is a granulomatous disease characterized by formation of friable polyps. As you can see in these pictures, there are friable polyps, usually confined to nose, mouth, and the eye. More than 80% of cases are reported in India and Sri Lanka. The mode of infection is unknown, occur mainly in males in contact with frequent contact and stagnant water. The oral manifestations include oronasopharyngeal lesions on the soft red polyploid growth which spread to pharynx and larynx. Lesions contain mucoid discharge and are vascular. The lab diagnosis depend on demonstration of sporangia. Tissue section strains show large number of endospores. Sporangium contain thousands of endospores. Thank you.